A blessed day, Grateful God family. About to get directly to the daily verse. The daily verse for the date of November 23rd, 2022, derived from the book of Isaiah, chapter 44, verses 22. And the state says as follows: I have blotted out as a thick cloud thy transgressions, and as a cloud thy sins return unto me, for I have redeemed thee. And again, it's from the book of Isaiah, chapter 44, verse 22. And again, you know what day it is? It's Wellness Wednesday. And it will be part 2 segment from Diabetes Awareness Month. I'll be going over type 2 diabetes this morning. Last week on Wellness Wednesdays, I did an overview of type 1 diabetes and just ran down with it and kind of got into how we was made aware of diabetes in our family and things like that. So, again, I'm getting this information from mayoclinic.org. That's where you can check it out. Again, mayoclinic.org, and it's type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is an impairment in the way the body regulates and uses sugar as a fuel. This long-term condition results in too much sugar circulating in the bloodstream. Eventually, high blood sugar levels can lead to disorders of the circulatory, nervous, and immune system. In type 2 diabetes, there are primarily two interrelated problems at work. Your pancreas does not produce enough insulin, a hormone that regulates the movement of sugar into your cells, and cells respond poorly to insulin and take in less sugar. Type 2 diabetes used to be known as adult onset diabetes, but both type 1 and type 2 diabetes can begin during childhood and adulthood. Type 2 is more common in older adults, but the increase in the number of children with obesity has led to more cases of type 2 diabetes in younger people. There's no cure for type 2 diabetes, but losing weight, eating well, and exercising can help you manage the disease. If diet and exercise aren't enough to manage your blood sugar, you may also need diabetes medications or insulin therapy. Symptoms. Signs and symptoms of type 2 diabetes often develop slowly. In fact, you can be living with type 2 diabetes for years and not know it. When signs and symptoms are present, they may include increased thirst, frequent urination, increased hunger, unintended weight loss, fatigue, blurred vision, slow healing sores, frequent infections, numbness or tingling in the hands or feet, areas of darkened skin, usually in the armpits and neck. When to see a doctor. See your doctor if you notice any signs or symptoms of type 2 diabetes. Causes. Type 2 diabetes is primarily the result of two interrelated problems. Cells and muscles, fat, and the liver become resistant to insulin. Because these cells don't interact in a normal way with insulin, they don't take in enough sugar. The pancreas is unable to produce enough insulin to manage blood sugar levels. Exactly why this happens is unknown, but being overweight and inactive are key contributor factors. How insulin works. Insulin is a hormone that comes from the gland situated behind and below the stomach, the pancreas. Insulin regulates how the body uses sugar in the following ways. Sugar in the bloodstream triggers the pancreas to secrete insulin. Insulin circulates into the bloodstream, enabling sugar to enter your cells. The amount of sugar in your bloodstream drops. In response to this drop, the pancreas releases less insulin. The role of glucose. Glucose, a sugar, is a main source of energy for the cells that make up muscles and other tissues. The use and regulation of glucose includes the following. Glucose comes from two major sources, food and your liver. Glucose is absorbed into the bloodstream where it enters cells with the help of insulin. Your liver stores and makes glucose. When your glucose levels are low, such as when you haven't eaten in a while, the livers break down stored glycogen into glucose to keep your glucose level within a normal range. In type 2 diabetes, this process doesn't work well. Instead of moving into your cells, sugar builds up in your bloodstream. As blood sugar level increases, the insulin-producing beta cells in the pancreas release more insulin. Eventually, these cells become impaired and can't make enough insulin to meet the body's demands. And the less common, type 1 diabetes, the immune system mistakenly destroys the beta cells, leaving the body with little to no insulin. Risk factors. Factors that may increase your risk of type 2 diabetes include weight, fat distribution, inactivity, family history, race and ethnicity, well, ethnicity because we're all one race, blood lipid levels, age, prediabetes, pregnancy-related risk, polycystic ovary syndrome, areas of darkened skin, usually in the armpits and necks. Complications with type 2 diabetes: heart and blood vessel disease, nerve damage in limbs, other nerve damage, kidney disease, eye damage, skin conditions, slow healing, hearing impairment, sleep apnea, dementia. Prevention. Healthy lifestyle choices can help prevent type 2 diabetes, and that's true even if you have biological relatives living with diabetes. If you received a diagnosis of prediabetes, lifestyle changes may slow or stop the process of diabetes. A healthy lifestyle includes eating healthy foods, getting active, losing weight, avoiding inactivity for long periods. For people with prediabetes, and oral diabetes medication may be prescribed to reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes. Again, I got this information from mayoclinic.org. Again, mayoclinic.org is where I got the information for type 1 and type 2 diabetes for the Diabetes Awareness Month. Again, this is Wellness Wednesday here on the Grateful Gap podcast. Definitely continue to check me out on all major podcast platforms: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor. Check me out on the Wisdom app at Grateful Gap. Again, the Wisdom app. What else I got? Let me see. Check me out on Twitter at Grateful_Gab. I've been definitely getting more active into Twitter. I've been tweeting a lot more, doing different things of that nature. Travel. I have a travel agency. Please feel free to reach out to me. GratefulTraveler@gmail.com. GratefulTraveler@gmail.com. That's GR8TEFULTRAVELER@gmail.com. Again, appreciate all the love and support, man. Y'all go, support my podcast if you can. I would really appreciate it. I love y'all. I appreciate everybody. The support from my streams already is enough to even have me grow to the point where people can support me in a monetary way. But if you enjoy the podcast, man, I would love to even just hear feedback from people. Only one person has ever emailed me back on my podcast email, and I appreciate that. So, but I would definitely love to be able to interact more with my guests and my audience. So gratefulgappodcast@gmail.com. Feel free to reach out to me. Again, let me know anybody doing any great deeds in the community, all that good stuff. I would love to know about it, love to hear about it. And it'll be a great opportunity to be able to connect and just get, recognition out there for people doing selfless action in this world. So until next time, y'all be easy out there. Peace.